Hello everyone, I'm Greg Otto with FedScoop TV. Welcome to our Cybersecurity Hero Series, and I'm talking with Tim Ruland, the Chief Information Security Officer with the Census Bureau. Tim, thanks for joining us today.
You're welcome.
So, can you share with our viewers how you have significantly improved cybersecurity posture inside your agency?
Yeah, it's over the last, I would say, 5 years, we've implemented a risk management framework.
Okay.
We took what the requirements came out of NIST,
Right.
And we actually revamped our entire program. We got away from the checklist mentality every 3 years to really becoming much more agile and cost efficient. And we worked very closely with our business areas to get their buy-in. When we first started, we actually did interviews with all of our stakeholders, starting with the director all the way down to database and system administrators, to find out what their pain points were. And then when we developed the program, we took those into account. So far we've been very successful with that. In fact, we've been asked by NIST to share our processes with other agencies. The other thing that we're doing is we have developed a defense in depth. So we start at the edge. We start at the internet. We use a contractor that allows us to defend against distributed denial of service attacks. We also take advantage of the Department of Homeland Security's Einstein program.
Right.
Moving in, then, we have routers, switches, firewalls, all the way back into the 6th layer, which is actually the individual sitting at the desk.
Okay.
In addition, we've built a computer incident response team that is, I think, very, very good. We have forensics capabilities, and they are constantly looking at new threats, monitoring our network, monitoring our potential incidents, and reacting to those. So we work very closely with the Department of Commerce, our parent agency, and the Department of Commerce CERT as well. All of that has really raised the awareness of cybersecurity and actually got our stakeholders engaged with us, and they now feel some ownership in the entire process.
Okay. So, as you look to leverage new technology, how can agencies push the boundaries when it comes to next generation data security practices? I mean, at the Census Bureau, you guys are dealing with petabytes of data. You guys have a census coming up where you're going to get, tons and tons of data coming in from all over the country. So what is the government doing to, put protections in place with that?
Well, from the Census Bureau perspective, the first thing we have to do is we have to break down the silos.
Right.
We have to continue to work to break down the silos that have been built up over decades. Cybersecurity and the challenges it's such a fast-moving environment, we can't afford not to trust each other. We have to be able to react. So the biggest thing as far as providing data security is breaking down those silos, making sure that people don't fall back into, well, this is the way we've always done it mentality, and constantly look and say, okay, what are the bad guys doing? What are we seeing from our own analysis? What are we hearing from intelligence agencies? And then try and stay one step, if possible, ahead of them and be just as forward thinking as the bad guys.
Okay, interesting. So culture change is such a big part of improving cybersecurity posture. How are you driving your agency to think differently?
Well, as I mentioned, when we introduced the risk management framework, we really went to our stakeholders and began to engage them, top down, bottom up. In addition to that, the Office of Information Security there at Census Bureau works very closely with